Hello students, let us continue our topic of standard 12th, that is the reproduction in higher and lower plants. First we have seen the asexual reproduction. In that asexual reproduction, the next point we have to see, that is the vegetative reproduction. We know that reproduction, that is the formation of the same organism, and the vegetative, the word vegetative means the vegetative parts. Vegetative parts means root, stem or the leaf. Here we have already seen that the vegetative propagation means the plant propagate with the help of root. In case of root, we can take the example of sweet potato, asparagus or dahlia. If the reproduction or the propagation takes place with the help of leaf, the examples are bryophyllum, kalanchoe and begonia. In case of stem, we can take the example of rhizome, that is the turmeric, tuber, that is the potato, or the bulb, that is the onion. In all these cases, the vegetative propagation takes place. Vegetative, that is with the help of vegetative parts. They are the root, stem and the leaf. Propagation means increase in the number of the plants. It takes or it multiplies very fast. Now we want to see the next point, that is the vegetative reproduction. In this vegetative reproduction, as the thing happens naturally, but for the benefit of the human, this vegetative reproduction is done by some artificial methods. Let us see them. This vegetative reproduction is done artificially. It does not occur naturally, and it falls in the field of agriculture and horticulture. Agriculture and horticulture is developed so as to develop many fresh stocks of plant. In order to multiply fresh stocks of plant, the artificial methods are cutting, grafting and tissue culture. Let us see each of them in detail. Now, if we talk about cutting, in cutting, we have to just take a small piece of any vegetative part of the plant. That piece of plant should have at least one or more buds, and that should be planted into the ground when the favorable conditions are available, and at that place you will find that a new plant starts growing. Here we can use the stem cutting, that is the part of the stem we take. In case of rose or bougainvillea, we can put the leaf part also in the ground, that is the leaf cutting. Cut the leaf, just put it into the ground, give the soil and water, the plant starts growing. Example is sassafras. Or there can be root cutting. Example, blackberry. Cutting is you just have to cut a piece of the plant and just plant it into the ground, give the favorable conditions and the new plant will be grown. So this all we have seen in cutting. Now next point we have to see, that is the grafting. It's similar to cutting, but there is little difference. In case of grafting, here we have to use two different plants. Parts of two plants are joined together. They are joined in such a way that they start growing as one plant. If we are using two different plants, that is the rose plant, if we take, that may be with red flower and another with the white flower. When they grow together, their characters are getting mixed and you get some new characters. Here the stem containing one or more bud, that is called as scion, and the rooted plant, that is called as the stalk. Now it is clear that the lower part is called as stalk, upper part is called as scion. It is also called as bud grafting, and here we can consider the examples like apple, pear or the rose. In case of grafting, when you take two plants, the lower plant, suppose it is in this way, we have to give a cut in this way, and the upper part, that should be given the cut in such a way that they both together fit in one another. When they are joined together, they should fit properly in. This upper part is called as the scion. It should contain one or more bud, that is the part of the stem. The lower part is called as the stalk. This is the rooted part. When they are joined together, they combine together, the cambium grows together and they both start growing as a one plant, and hence the characters are mixed and we get a new variety. Now let us see the last point, that is the tissue culture. Now in tissue culture, we have to use tissue. Now you know that cell, it is a microscopic part, and cell come together to form the tissue. Similar cells, they combine together to form the tissue. So tissue, we can just say that it is a group of cells. So here we describe that small amount of plant tissue is taken. Small amount means such a small amount that from a single leaf, you can say tulsi leaf, we can make 10 or 100 parts, and they are carefully grown to give many plantlets. From a single leaf of the tulsi, you can grow 100 plants. That this tissue culture is just first done in the laboratory, just in the test tube, or you can say it is done in the test tube using the artificial conditions, or the artificial nutrients are supplied, so that from a small amount of plant tissue you can grow many plantlets. That is also called as micro propagation. Micro, that is very small. And in this way, in a lab or on a single tray, you can grow hundreds of plantlets. When they grow little bit bigger, they can be transferred to the nursery, and then they can be transferred to the field. So tissue culture is used for getting maximum amount of plant in short period of time. So here we have discussed what is the vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation by the vegetative parts. Vegetative propagation is natural, but vegetative reproduction is done in agriculture and horticulture for getting more crops. In that we have studied cutting, grafting and tissue culture. By this we get some new variety. The desired variety can be grown, and if artificial favorable conditions are applied, we can get maximum crops in short duration of time to fulfill the need of the human. So here we have completed the vegetative reproduction from the 12th standard new syllabus. Just start it learning properly and subscribe the channel to get the further interesting information. Thank you.